Welcome back to the channel. Today we have an incredible video in store for you guys. You guys love when I do these and it's been a very long time. So we are doing 5 raw vegan meals I eat every week, and these are all brand new recipes and very easy. They make eating raw food fun, easy, effortless, and delicious. And if you guys watch my channel, you guys know I travel around and interview people that have completely changed their lives through plant-based foods, through raw foods, and also older people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s who are defying aging on this lifestyle. So I don't know about you guys, but I want to look my best and more importantly, feel my best. And the raw foods do just that. So let's hop into it. So first up is a green juice. If you guys watch my channel, you know I love green juice. And many times that makes up a meal in my household. It just makes you feel high vibe, alert, amazing. Look at Lou Corona on the screen right now in his 70s, living his best life. And he's been drinking green juice for I think about 51 years. There's a lot of things I don't know in life, but I do know that this stuff is extremely healthy and makes my cells and brain just feel their best. So my current favorite green juice is actually a twist on the Yaki Awakened Geogenetic green juice. Yaki is amazing in our community. You guys probably know who he is. He came on the channel. He showed us how to make this. And since then I have been hooked. It's got a great ingredient that just adds some kick, cayenne pepper, and it really gets your blood flowing. So I absolutely love that. So I do alter it just a tiny bit. So we're gonna do a handful of parsley, a handful of cilantro. This is kind of my own little version. It's very similar. So I'll put his recipe below, and I'll put Lou's recipe below too for his lemon ginger blast that he's been drinking. It's a little similar too. So I'm gonna put 2 cucumbers. I'm not gonna peel mine. Cucumbers are so hydrating. I think the juices I think we are living our healthiest life when we have a lot of hydrating, high water content foods. And with the cooked foods, almost all, I think, or a lot of the water content is removed from the food. So when you eat the raw foods, it's so high in water content and it's just so nourishing, so many enzymes. I do 2 green apples. I know Yaki does about 7 green apples, but I like to just keep it a little less. I was tracking my blood sugars for a while and I found that 2 keeps my blood sugars perfectly in range. Okay, and if you guys are in the market for a new juicer, the Nama is truly the best. And Nama, they love my community too. They see how amazing you guys are. So for this week only, they've offered you guys $80 off the Nama J2. So this is the most popular machine, has a 15-year warranty. Anything breaks, they have your back, they'll replace it. It's incredible. So I'll put that code and link down below if you do need a new juicer. It is one I would recommend. It actually gets you juicing. And then I'm gonna use a whole bunch of celery in this recipe. So I know Yaki, I think he just uses about 3 sticks in his, but I like to use the whole bunch. 1 unpeeled lemon. I do cut the ends off though. I just like to do that. I do a little bit of ginger, and I also like to add turmeric to mine, and then we'll see what we do with the cayenne after. Okay, so with my green juices, I like to add a little bit of water. That's a hack I learned from Lou Corona, literally one of the healthiest people I know, in his 70s, absolutely thriving. And I don't know about you guys, but that's how I want to be. I'm 42, so the habits I have now in my 40s and 50s are going to build what I become in my 60s, 70s, and 80s, and I want to live my best life, especially after just losing both my parents this year back to back at age 67 and 74. Seeing that just made me want to get healthier and healthier, want to start walking 30,000 steps a day, and want to take my health really serious because I want to live a lot longer than them. And it's so hard losing them at such a young age. So let's all just live our best life for ourselves and for the generations behind us. So green juice, I like to add some water in mine, and then I add cayenne. So this is a really good kick that Yaki taught me. This just gives the juice such a kick that I can't even describe. This juice makes you feel so electric and incredible. And a lot of times people ask me, what do you do with the pulp, with all the fiber left over in the green juice, all the pulp? So a lot of people turn those into dehydrated crackers. I know some people use them to create dog food with. There's many different things you can do. So I'll try to create a video on that. It's just such a good modern medicine tool, in my opinion. Like for me, it has been the green juicer, and the Nama is absolutely the best. I mean, obviously work with whatever juicer you have. My first juicer was from a garage sale. So just use what you can to get yourself juicing. And especially, like, in my opinion, green juices are the best. They're the king of all juices. And let's get into the next meal. This is kind of a concoction that I've got from some of my favorite green smoothies. I recently interviewed Aaron and Dusty from Eat, Move, Rest. They shared their green smoothie. Dr. Brooke Goldner shared with us her epic healing green smoothie as well. And I've had many others on here. So I've created my favorite based out of those. And this one I think you guys will absolutely love. I know something else you guys will absolutely love. The plant-based bundle is on right now until June 15th only. And I've created a new summer recipes raw vegan ebook. It's amazing, you guys. It's over 70 pages of juices, smoothies, salad dressings, desserts, pasta sauces. And this plant-based bundle has all of my ebooks, so 4 of them, plus my raw vegan course, plus all your favorite creators have come together with all their books, courses, and guides. It's like ridiculous. It's so insanely amazing. It's worth over $4,000 and it's only 50 bucks. So only for 10 days till the 15th. So support your girl. Go grab one through my link. I'll put it down below. The value in that is just amazing. Okay, so into the recipe. I like to load my recipe up with spinach. So that's one thing I noticed with Dr. Brooke Goldner. She just goes crazy with the greens in it, and I think she's just right on par with that. So I do a lot of spinach, and if you guys are worried about oxalates, then do your research. Dr. Goldner, she's been reversing a lot of things with people over the years, including her own lupus, and her husband consumes so many smoothies with spinach each and every day, and they've never had a problem, neither has anybody they've ever treated on their program, but do your research. So I also like to add some kale to this as well. And there's a doctor that I'm really into watching on YouTube lately. I forget her name. I'm not sure if she's vegan. And I'll try put her video down below. I saw a really good video where she said the top 10 things that she thinks help prevent getting cancer and diseases. And green foods was on there. So I think the green foods are really important. They really help us a lot. I know for me, they do for sure. So I put all that greens in there. I put a little bit of Hawaiian spirulina just because I really like the flavor of it. I think it tastes really good. So I would say I put about a tablespoon of that. And then I like to put 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, which are really good for brain health, really good for fiber, really good for so many things for our body. I like to also add just a little bit of living sprouts. So my friend Doug Evans was here. Look, you guys, he's teaching me how to sprout. Isn't this incredible? If you guys want one of these kits, I can try put it down below. But isn't this amazing? My first time sprouting, so this should be ready in a few days. And I think that's alfalfa sprouts, so that's exciting. Save some money, start sprouting myself. And I like to put in 1 small fresh mango, and I do just 1 date. I used to load up my smoothies with like tons of bananas, tons of mangoes, so I've kind of like scaled back on that, and it makes me just feel better green space like this. And then I do a little bit of frozen mango as well. And then I add water and ice to blend, and it's really delicious, you guys. It gives you a lot of energy, makes you feel amazing. And another thing you could add to this is trace mineral drops. All right, look at that. Look at the beautiful color. The greens are just, I love my greens. I couldn't live without my greens, you guys. Look at that. That being said, though, I am gonna do a watermelon cleanse soon. I think I'm gonna do 30 days only watermelon. It makes me feel amazing. But right now, I'm gonna enjoy this, and then we'll get on to the next meal. All right, next up, we can find a real staple in my raw vegan kitchen, and this is one of the most filling raw vegan meals out there. This acts great as a breakfast or something at the end of the day, and I don't know about you guys, but I've ended my eating window earlier lately, so I've now stepped back into a 6-hour intermittent fasting eating window where I try and stop eating by 3 o'clock and start at 9 a.m. and it's such a massive difference. I interview a lot of people. Johnny Juicer was just saying he does that, and it's like totally made him feel so much better, and so many people. So I got inspired, and it's a huge difference, you guys. So this chia pudding is so easy to make. This is my current favorite way to do this. Look at this, the beautiful pink color in it. So I only make my chia puddings with fresh homemade almond milk. I think that's the best way to do it and the only way I do it. If I find it doesn't turn out quite the same with the store-bought, but use whatever you can. So I use my milk maker, and then I use 1/2 cup or 1 cup of milk. So we're gonna use that, and then I use 4 tablespoons of chia seeds. So I'm just gonna, I don't have a tablespoon on me right now. I'm just gonna guesstimate and throw a bunch of these in. And so a lot of people like to use a sweetener in there. So you could use vanilla extract, you can use date syrup, you can use maple syrup, but I personally don't sweeten mine anymore. I don't like to sweeten it. I actually like to just sweeten it naturally with fruit afterwards, and I find that makes me feel my best. And a quick tip, I find whenever these are in my diet, in my lifestyle, my skin is always its best. So I don't know what it is, but something about making this milk, the chia seeds are so high in omegas, protein, fiber, they're really good for you. So for every 1/4 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. And then you're gonna stir, 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 stir really good for like a minute, and then you're gonna stop. And then you're gonna wait a couple minutes and you're gonna stir, stir, stir really good again. So that second step is important because otherwise it can get really clumpy. And then this is how it turns out. So after 4 hours in the fridge, it will be ready. It's a nice pudding. And there's so many different things you can do with these. Oh my gosh, you guys, just the world is at your fingertips with these. So after it's done like that, so 4 hours or the next morning, that evening, whatever, I take my chia seeds and I put them in the blender. And then I add raspberries. So you can choose however many you want to add. I add about a half a pack. And then it turns out like this. Look, it's so beautiful. And then I also like to add some fresh fruit afterwards. So in this, we're just gonna add some beautiful strawberries. We're gonna add a couple blackberries and some blueberries. And you know what, you guys, people always think that I made up my last name, Berry, for like the channel, but it is, my dad was Bob Berry, so I'm blessed, meant to be. So look at that. How stunning is this? Such a great creation. Takes no time at all, and it will fill you up so much and just makes you feel good. So you can go hours without eating after that. You feel very satiated, and it's a delicious, delicious meal to add to your kitchen. Dish number 4. This is literally my favorite dish I've ever created, and actually my favorite raw vegan dish I've ever had. I eat it almost every day right now. And it leaves me feeling energized and incredible. And that's what food should do for us. If food is making us feel lumpy, lethargic, tired after, or depressed, like that is not serving us. So everything we eat, we have a choice if we want it to nourish us and fight disease and make us live our best life, or harm us. So we are worthy of living our best life, and we are worthy of God's food and the best food. So that's why I believe we should be feeding ourselves. And this is great. So this is a raw vegan pasta, one of my favorite things out there to eat. So this is a raw vegan pasta and a salad. So first, let's whip together the side salad that I do lately with this. So I put some lettuce, any lettuce of your choice. Right now I just have a little bit of iceberg lettuce on hand. So I'm gonna do some iceberg lettuce, and then I'm gonna do some sprouts. So these are some beautiful beet sprouts, and then these are some beautiful alfalfa sprouts. And then I like to add a lot of sauerkraut. I'm really into nourishing my gut microbiome lately. And I just feel like the fermented sauerkraut does so much for that. So get creative with your salads. Like, look how amazing they can be. It's 2025, like, there's so much inspiration out there. We have access to so much incredible food in most parts of the world. And sprouts are a great thing because no matter where you are in the world, even if there's a food shortage and you can't access things, you can grow sprouts. Like Doug Evans, who I just interviewed, he did 30-day sprout cleanse in the desert like 25 or 26 years ago because he couldn't get any other food. And it was like the best 30 days he ever had. He felt incredible. So sprouts are great because they're inexpensive and they're just so, look at them, they're so living, so alive, they are so nutrient dense. So that's what I love. So with my salads lately, I just do something like that. And then I also add some cherry tomatoes and some bell pepper. And then the dressing I already pre-made. I actually did this in a 5 vegan summer salad dressings video that I just made. If that's up, I'll link it down below. Otherwise, subscribe because it's coming soon. So if you've never made raw pasta before, what I do is I buy my organic zucchini. And then if I'm gonna have it a little bit later in the day, I'll take it out of the fridge in the morning and I'll set it on the counter just so it becomes more room temperature so that you're not eating like a cold pasta, because I prefer my pasta a little bit more warm, room temperature. And then I'll show you a little hack with what I do in the blender to make it extra delicious as well. So let me know down below, do you guys like raw pastas? They're one of my favorite things. And you can sub zucchini. So you could spiralize carrots, you can spiralize cucumbers, you can spiralize beets, you can spiralize squash, so many other, well, squash, zucchini, so many other different things that you can spiralize. So there's no limits. Literally, there's just so much to do with raw food. And with a lot of the kits, you can create like ribbons and different thickness of noodles. Okay, so if you haven't spiralized before, you want to pick up one of these. This has gotten so much use in my kitchen. I've had it for years. This is by OXO. If you search OXO on Amazon, I'll try link it down below. Or there's different ones you can get where you wind the handle. And I personally just like this one. It's fast, it's easy, and it just creates quick noodles. I like things that are fast. I just don't have patience for putting together a lot of things. So this is right up my alley, and it's just so easy and it's so fun. And these dishes look like chef gourmet level. All right, we have our beautiful noodles. Look at that, just like spaghetti, only it leaves you feeling energized, well-fed, nourished, amazing, alive, electric, not lethargic and tired like traditional Italian noodles do. Listen, I love those noodles so much too, but This will just make you feel your best, and I'm all about feeling my best in this life. So with the sauce, this is so good, you guys. I'm gonna use about a half a cup of cilantro, and then we're gonna use half an avocado, the juice of 1 lime. This is the most delicious sauce. Like, it is magnificent, you guys. Like, and it's so beautiful. It looks like a real chef created it. I can't cook, you guys, so, but raw food, it's just so easy and fun to me. So here we go. I also add in, so I don't have any fresh jalapeno, so I would cut off like 3 or 4 pieces of jalapeno off a jalapeno and put them in. I have some fermented ones, which I love anyway, the pickled ones. So I'm gonna put those in, adds a nice flavor with the jalapeno. And that's it. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to blend, and just wait, you're gonna see the most awesome sauce ever. Okay, optional too is a tablespoon of olive oil. I like it better with the tablespoon of olive oil, but I know some of you guys don't consume oil, so I'll leave that up to you. And then a little bit of water to blend. So look at that delicious sauce. Isn't that incredible? Look at it, you guys. Like, it's amazing. Real food, right? Real food, all from Mother Nature. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so I'm gonna massage the noodles with the sauce. It's nice to connect with your food, with your hands with the food. And this is really, like, zucchini is my favorite for the noodles. And you guys, wait till you see the last dish. Everyone is like, oh my God, what is this? Every time they see it in my Instagram story. So I'm excited to show you that in a video. This beautiful green dressing, you guys will love it. It's half an avocado, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, or just use the juice of 1 lemon. That's what I do. And a 1/4 cup of fresh herbs and a little bit of water. For the herbs in this, I used fresh dill, fresh parsley, fresh basil, and fresh cilantro, and it just creates the most magnificent dressing you've ever had. So here we are. Look at our beautiful pasta. Isn't that delicious? So gourmet. Raw food is so beautiful. It's so exciting. It's not boring, and there's so much you can do with it. So this meal is delicious. You guys have to try it. Look at that right there. Okay, last but not least, this is one of my favorite meals ever. It's so delicious. Whenever I have house guests, because I'm so lucky here in Miami, I have a little guest house. And I often have people come to film a podcast, and I make these for them, and they love them. And when Yaki Awaken was on the channel, he shared that he ate these. So shortly after that I got into them, and I'm not sponsored by them, but they're amazing. And people ask me all the time what these are on my stories, where I get them. A lot of dehydrated stuff or like raw wrap stuff doesn't make me feel good, but these are just the best consistency. They make me feel incredible. So I buy these at Sprouts, and I just use 1 or 2 when I'm making this meal. So I'll take the wrap off the paper right here. Look at that. It's so great, you guys. So I start with adding about a half an avocado to this wrap as the base. And then I just squish it down like this and spread it throughout the wrap. There we go. This literally takes like 1 minute to put together, you guys. I could probably do it in 30 seconds. So that's the kind of stuff that I like. Easy, fast, delicious. And I like to put in some cherry tomatoes on this. And I know I'm using a massive knife to cut these. It's a bit ridiculous, but we do what we can. And then some bell peppers as well. And let me know down below your guys' favorite meal. And let me know if you guys got the bundle or if you get the bundle. I love being a part of the bundles, so I'm excited to be doing another one, especially after taking time off since my parents passed away. It's nice to just be back doing things that get me happy, excited, and that add value to you guys. So that's what I do on that. And then I add, before I top it with a ton of sprouts, and sprouts are so high in protein and so many different nutrients, I add my beautiful sunflower seed Caesar dressing. The dressing is 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds soaked, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and water to blend. And you could also do a ranch, you could do no dressing, you could just do whatever gets you excited. And then I load it up with a ton of sprouts. That's what really makes this wrap for me. So I do that, and then I pair it with a beautiful side salad. So I love, again, to incorporate microgreens, sprouts, and then maybe a little bit of iceberg lettuce into my salad. This is such a satisfying meal, you guys, and I find usually I only need about 1 of the wrap, but sometimes I'll have 2. And then I just double up and use the same dressing that I have in the fridge for the salad. as I had on the wrap, and bon appetit. It is so good, you guys. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it added some value to you in your life and some inspiration to get you eating more raw living food, even if you're not living a vegan or raw lifestyle. For me, 100% raw makes me feel my absolute best, hands down. So also go grab the plant-based bundle now if you're watching this while it's on, because it's not going to be around for long. 10 days only, and it's truly wicked. It's absolutely amazing with all my new recipes, all my ebooks, and so many of your favorite creators come together. So I'll put the link down below, and I love you guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Be sure to subscribe. Bye.